we are certainly marching on to progress. And we have to go build back where them mashed down. No, so? I saw a clip today of the young people in the People's National Party talking about the state of the affairs in Jamaica. Listen to what they are saying in Jamaica. Listen to this tonight.
The People's National Party youth arm criticized the government's handling of the country at their recently held youth rally in central Westmoreland. The youth arm also refuted claims by the GLP that the party does not have a lot of young people. Kerry-Ann Simpson reports.
Undoubtedly, the youth vote will be critical in the upcoming polls. In Westmoreland, the People's National Party Youth Organization, PNP-YO and Patriots are leading the charge to woo the young voters in the parish. In making a case, PNP-YO President Shamil Brown pointed to shortcomings in education.
We grow up and we hear that education is the key to success. But we live in a Jamaica where this wicked JLP government has changed the lock on us. But I am here to tell you that more shepherds not golden will bring us the change that we need.
On the issue of brain drain, she stressed that if teachers were properly paid, this would no longer be an issue. Meanwhile, PNP candidate for St. James West Central Dr. Andre Horton spoke on the recent Supreme Court ruling on the removal of billboards in Montego Bay.
Free at last, free at last. My God, we're free at last. And we told the labor rights, we expressed to them that they were ill-informed and they didn't understand the law properly, but they were very arrogant in their style of leadership. And the arrogant leader is like a broken glass trying to pretend to be perfect. But those of us looking on that glass can see that it's shattered and it's not good.
For his part, opposition leader Mark Golding.
We know we're getting into what they call the silly season. You're going to hear a lot of personal attacks. You're going to hear a lot of lies and deception and propaganda. You're going to be facing all kind of tactics. They're going to try buy you out, or they're going to try and intimidate. But we are not for sale, comrades.
Mr. Golding also made a second appeal to the people for the upcoming election.
And of course, here in Westmoreland, where you have been so good to the PNP over the years, and where we're asking you with great humility to be good to us again and to deliver 1, 2, 3.
Kerry-Ann Simpson, TVJ.
You hear that, Jamaica? The young people are fired up. The young people are fired up. And the young people want to get them out. But I want to look tonight at the Don Anderson poll aspect, because the government is arguing, Courtney, that the prosperity is being felt. The government is arguing that poverty is down. The government is arguing that good economic management can yan. The government and a few of its allies are saying it's the best, but there are other syndicates in the private sector who is saying it's the worst the economy has been in the last 30 years. Listen to what Dan Anderson found in the recent poll. Listen to this keenly, Jamaica.
Despite strong economic indicators and a massive decline in poverty and unemployment rates, recent data has indicated that the man in the street is not feeling the effects.
The findings are from the latest RGR Gleaner Don Anderson poll conducted between May 16 and June 7.
There was also a lukewarm response when respondents were asked about their standard of living.
We have the details from Andrea Chisholm.
In his March budget presentation, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness pointed to a decline in poverty. In May, PIOJ Director General Dr. Wayne Henry gave more details.
Jamaica's national poverty rate declined from 16.7% in 2021 to 8.2% in 2023, the lowest figure ever recorded since poverty rates were first measured in 1989.
Similarly, in April, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica announced that the unemployment rate in January 2025 was 3.7%. That's 1.7 percentage points lower than the same period in 2024. So the question was put to 1,033 registered voters across all parishes. Do you feel the government is doing enough to reduce poverty and unemployment? Roughly 61% of respondents said no, 27% said yes, and 11% do not know. Pollster Don Anderson also asked respondents about their personal situations, meaning
basically their standard of living, how they're getting along, meeting their daily household expenditure, etc.
less than half, 46.5% of respondents said it was average. 8% said their personal situation was excellent, 22% said good, 17% poor, and 6% very poor.
We broke that down by the demographic groupings, of course, and the persons who were more positive about their own situation were older persons. The younger persons, 18 to 24, were skeptical about their own personal situation and hence, reflecting a situation that suggested they're unhappy about where they are at this point in time.
From a political perspective,
those who said they were going to vote for the Jamaica Labour Party were more favorable about their own personal situation than those who were going to vote for the People's National Party.
Jamaica's macroeconomic indicators have also been going in the right direction. At the end of May, the net international reserves stood at $5.8 billion. The inflation rate for April was 5.3%, within the Bank of Jamaica's target range of 4 to 6%. At the end of the last fiscal year, Jamaica's debt to GDP ratio, what the country owes versus what it produces, was below 70%. That means the debt is going down. So, how would respondents rate the current economic conditions in Jamaica? 38% of respondents said it was average, 5% excellent, 18% good, 27% poor, and 12% very poor. The RGR Gleaner Don Anderson poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 3%. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Jamaica. %61%. And a little bit, and a little bit that Courtney.
Much?
When they ask about the economic outlook for Jamaica, 61% said that they're not feeling the impact. That's not good for a party going into an election. 21% said yes, they're feeling the impact. 61% said no. This is not good for a party who says that they have reduced poverty by almost 50%. But it's also startling because when they ask further about the economy, their personal lives, bring up that bigger producer. Let the people see what Don Anderson is saying. How would you rate the current economic condition of the country, Courtney? 4 and 18 is so much. 5 and 18 is so much. That not look good. 23. 26 and 11 are how much?
26 and 11.
Do the maths with me, Jamaica? 37. Mighty God. And if you add you can add the average to the good, and you can add it to the very bad. And him want to go on in an election. Jamaica. The poll is going even further. I'm gathering that Don Anderson, you realize what they are when Blue Dot do them poll, Courtney. Yeah. You remember Blue Dot normally go parish by parish and break down and tell you what is it looking like in each parish. You realize that Blue Dot didn't go into the parishes this time. Them just say, oh, Mark is leading in these parishes, but them never give the specificities to how is he leading in the parishes. You know why they couldn't do it, Jamaica? You know why they can't do it, Jamaica? Blue Dot can't do it because the Labour Party is in serious trouble. So when I hear Desmond say the Labour Party go and wipe and sweep out the corporate area, which corporate area are you talking about?
Which corporate area?
Which corporate area are you talking about, Desi? Black Puss Desi. Which corporate area are you talking about?
Corporate area.
But now, this is the part that they're not talking about in the media. How much is the PNP leading wholeness by? Because under the JLP, the PNP are go against, the PNP going against wholeness. The PNP going wholeness. Wholeness. Because once you take down wholeness, you take down everything over there. Because not one of them makes sense. So once you take down wholeness, the entire structure fall. The poll from Don Anderson is showing tonight, Courtney, that the PNP across the length and breadth of Jamaica is 7.8%. 7.8%. You hear what I say, Courtney? The poll is showing 7.8%. That's not normal, Courtney.
Not normal. 7.8.
7.8%. So basically 8%.
Yeah.
The margin of error is 3%. So the PNP has a 5% advantage nationally. And if the PNP keeps going, hey, wholeness. Not even the money where you go out in an independence through solidarity. No amount of money you push out, no amount of feel good you go push out in, because here is his strategy, Courtney and Jamaica. Listen to his strategy tonight, Jamaica. Listen to his strategy. His strategy is to celebrate chairman of CARICOM. Then him start, go around the island and talk about, then go in at the independence celebration. Use the independence to talk about nationalism and feel good and go in a stadium. And then keep big street dance and out how much thousands of dollars to people. And think that what Jamaica. I want you all to put on your binoculars.
Look good.
I want you all to keep, like when they ask up on the track, Courtney. And you go put on the blinkers with me, Jamaica. You go hold it when you see them come flourish with the 20,000. When them come with the 50,000. When them come with the gravel. When them come with the cement. When them come with the plywood. When them come with the black. When them come with the zinc. When them come with the flat screen. Take it. Me not say, no, fi take in Jamaica. Take in, no, fi take in. But, you not go put no hand in no black ink. You not go put no hand in no black ink. So if they say, no, fi take in and then put no hand in, tell them you don't want it. Shun the very appearance Shun Jamaica. Shun the very appearance.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo, yo, yo. We need it.
Shun them. You hear what I said tonight, Jamaica? You have a duty to shun them. Remember, Jamaica. How many of your children have suffered through this public education system? Remember the bad road, how much transport people, taxi men, front end, back end. Your vehicles have been mashed up over the last 9 years because of bad road. Remember, Jamaica, the kind of water distribution that you have not gotten in this country for the last 9 years. Remember, Jamaica, how many of your children and your mothers have died because the public healthcare system in this country has killed them. Remember, Jamaica, how they treated you. Remember, Jamaica, the kind of insults they have granted to you over the 9 years. Remember, Jamaica. Remember. Remember the Ecoy Cully farm. Remember how they removed giving you information about the status. Remember they said judge or maker. Remember how many of your children. Remember how much on the belly pee. And remember mothers of this country. Remember how many children have been abducted. Nothing has been done to rescue the children of this country. Remember the illicit aid, Jamaica. Remember how we bawl. Remember how we holler. Remember how much of us hungry. And feed them belly full. Them pata boil, Jamaica. Shun them. Remember how you were locked down. You were to get the COVID money. Where they only give you 10,000 and they collected trillions of dollars. Remember, Jamaica. Remember how he mashed down people's house. Remember the sex offenders registry. How them protect the sex offenders registry. Remember, Jamaica. Remember. Remember, Jamaica. Shun the very appearance of evil. Remember how they tried to change the Constitution. Remember how they tried to change the Integrity Commission. Remember he carried the Integrity Commission to court. Remember his wealth is uncertified. And many of you as public servants in this country, if you get something, the government want to know how you get it. But him have 28 bank account, Jamaica.
What can go so?
Remember the man took the entire IC to court, the Integrity Commission to court. He wants to change the law to struck down illicit enrichment. Remember Stocks and Security Limited. Remember SSL, where then take up on the money, put in an investment. Remember the used car deal. Remember Airports Authority money, where them put in a... Where that one then here? First Rock, remember Jamaica, they took 300% increase.
Help. We key out of the ladder.
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights.
Remember Petrojam, Jamaica. Remember Ruel Reed, Jamaica. Remember Probox $2,000. Remember then take up Dennis Strong figure, clean them up. Nasty, remember, Jamaica. Remember the fertilizer. Remember the $1,000 cake, US cake. Remember Grace McLean. Remember Jamaica, no oxygen was in the hospitals. Remember Jamaica, no ventilators in the hospitals. Remember the dead baby scandal, Jamaica. Remember the Blue Lagoon. Remember the beaches that them take on off, Jamaica.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the
Jamaica, remember, they have not released the Kroll report that millions of US dollars was paid for. Remember, Jamaica, lest you forget, Jamaica. Remember the feces in the water, Jamaica.
No, cat. Tomorrow no labor day.
Labor wicked.
Yes, Jamaica. So if you have selective memory or if you suffer from dementia tonight, remember how they went and usurped, carried back the DPP. Remember Nzinga King, where Paula said what? Nzinga never cut off her ear and the police wasn't prosecuted. Remember Clifton, he mashed down the house and said to us, PNP gangster. And when the reality came, one teacher in a constituency did sell the house them illegally. Remember Jamaica, Petrojam. Remember the $80 million where them did find in the house. Remember the drill. Remember the $31 million drill, Jamaica.
Help. We out of the ladder.
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights.
Remember Jamaica, them lockdown in the Pitney in a state of emergencies. Remember the $3 trillion unaccounted for. Remember billions, 830 billion unaccounted for in the Ministry of Health. No.
Time come. Some are got charged for corruption.
Remember Jamaica, how them lock you down. Remember Market Me got $1 million, multi-million-dollar preferential contract.
What can go so?
Remember CMU Jamaica. Remember Grace McLean. Remember Ruel Reid. Remember how them take out the nutrition products limited. Suffer poor people in the country. Suffer the little pitney them from eating. Remember them take out reading in our schools, Jamaica.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
Remember Dwayne Smith get $2 billion contract for feed the hospital and the nurse them a eat crackers and steal cheese. Remember Dwayne Smith or another one $20 million and he say what Courtney in can't recall him owe the 21 million. Remember Cornwall Regional Hospital.
What can go so?
It changed from 2 billion to 27 billion, Jamaica. Remember how them come in pan the Maroons. Remember them did want to take where the Maroon land them. Remember, oh God, eternal Father, eternal Father, eternal Father, will we stand against evil?
Help. We out of the ladder.
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are so far.
Remember the Samora agreement. Remember them secretly take millions from the US to promote LGBT. I read in a school, do you remember? Remember them take off the rafters, them in a Ochi rafters, White River rafters. Remember.
What can go so?
Remember Tufton son carrying the plastic rice pound. Remember James Robertson and Otney Lawrence carrying the amount of imported onion and Irish potato pound. Remember the lumber. Maroons, remember the lumber.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
Remember the Mumba grass. We call some of them. Remember the Mumba grass. Remember. Oh, you know what me remind you tonight, Jamaica. This call for reverse the curse and reverse the order. Jamaica, we need to reverse this curse. Remember the 200 million worth of fertilizer. Remember the backside. Remember Jamaica, the aisle where them no want to. Remember the imported ice from Arbin Hill. Remember weed people down at Anchovy and Westmoreland, the imported cannabis.
Way you think, because the average, what does average mean?
Caller.
That
Caller, what I always tell you, say, read the room. You always hear I say that. But here's what me I say. Remember, sister, me I go down memory lane, my friend. Me go down memory lane. But wait now, my friend. If me a go down memory lane, you should have called me to remind me about two things to know. Not call me about the poll. Call about the poll another time when me get back on that, my friend. Read the room now. Not slow down my energy tonight, my friend. Keep with me now. Remember, call in and remind me. Cause me know me talk nothing of what me. And remind. Your duty have to remind me about something when me not mention. All right. God bless you, my friend. Hello, good night.
Remember the ship workers, then will come and Falmouth.
Yes.
And them accept the Antoine and they accept the Ochi ship.
Remember the ship workers in a COVID when they never take up. Remember the picnic them where they did a sort of off in a Ukraine and a gold in it to make sure they get back in the island.
What can go so?
Remember Bustamante with Shaggy Money. You remember with Shaggy Money? Never good them. You remember what them do with Shaggy Money? And to date, there is no CT scanner MRI still done. Remember Jamaica. Remember Dara Wimple. Remember Sean. Hello, good night.
Good night, teacher. Because remind me today, said she could never vote for them because she remember when she have to go borrow loan to pay 400,000 for her two pitney them whenever have her no mask and it wreck her, mash her up completely, bring down her little sewing business. So we have to remind them.
400,000 she have to pay for mask. Forget her pitney them.
201, 200 child and the poor people them.
All right, me bononos. Remember. So tonight when next them come in front of you, remind them. You remember when the church sister did see him in a COVID. And
stay tuned for more PDTV News evening highlights. Remember to show your support. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.